Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're gonna talk about the Skirmisher. This was the second one and one who I do really like. The video will follow the same structure as the Templar. First we're gonna watch the trailer, then I'm gonna rewatch the trailer, pausing a little bit, talking about their abilities and stuff like that. In the end I'm just gonna talk and let the trailer roll out.
Commander, we received intel on a resistance faction calling themselves the Skirmishers. They're former Advent soldiers who, with a little convincing, might join our cause. I'll spare you the details, but they figured out how to remove the chip that kept them under Advent's control. It's a brutal process, but at least they're using that same attitude out in the field. These soldiers make use of a unique grapple gauntlet for extreme mobility and offensive power. We've employed grapples on our own units before, but the Skirmishers take it to a new level. They can pull enemies out of cover, launch themselves toward an unsuspecting target, or deliver shock attacks. Skirmishers also come equipped with the bullpup.
Not so good.
This rifle is most effective at close range and can be fired twice before Advent has a chance to react. As the Skirmishers advance their abilities, they train themselves for additional mobility and unstoppable counterattacks. High-ranking Skirmishers are able to evaluate Advent's movement and gain additional opportunities to attack. Reflex grants extra actions if the Skirmisher gets fired at. Battle Lord gives them an immediate action after each enemy takes theirs. In other words, a single Skirmisher is an army of its own. Advent will be lucky if they can get a single shot off on this soldier. They're adaptable fighters and they're determined to prove their independence from Advent. They'll be strong allies against the Chosen if we can get them on our side. Good luck, Commander.
Okay, let's kind of go to their ability. One of the first things that I don't like is the idea that their bullpup rifle is kind of very low on damage and does not have any crit chance like bonus by being close range. So the fact of the only thing it is it's not it is a better weapon at close range, it is just a worse weapon out of medium and long range.
Commander, we received intel on a resistance faction calling themselves the Skirmishers. They're former Advent soldiers who, with a little convincing, might join our cause. I'll spare you the details, but they figured out how to remove the chip that kept them under Advent's control. It's a brutal process.
Sorry.
But at least they're using that same attitude out in the field. These soldiers make use of a unique grapple gauntlet for extreme mobility and offensive power. We've employed grapples on...
Fucking forgot to change this again. So the fact is, the grapple hook is an interesting ability. Since you're gonna have the ballistic tier, utilizing the Skirmisher is one of the best guys that you're gonna want for acquiring AP.
On our own units before, but the Skirmishers take it to a new level.
Because here you see he will probably receive the bonus, the chance for getting from a flank shot, the chance for getting because he's higher, and all of that stuff.
They can pull enemies out of cover, launch themselves toward an unsuspecting target, or deliver shock attacks.
This shock attack is interesting because it's kind of like the specialist ability where he sent the drone to send a shock. It does more damage against robotic targets, but the normal damage is 4. I don't know, maybe becomes 6 or 7. Gets a 2 or 3 bonus or at 8. Or maybe it is able to double the damage while attacking a robotic target. I don't know. And the most important thing, this is a free action. The ability is called Whiplash, so it's good to have a free action who are single damage. That's the interesting aspect of the Skirmisher. Almost every ability is like free on some way, or it does not finish the turn.
Shock attacks. Skirmishers also come equipped with the bullpup. This rifle is most effective at close.
As you see here, he got 68% of chance by the aim, a good angle give 40, and the weapons range 12. But the high cover of the already take almost everything, and the problem is we not see any like close range bonus. You can say then here it's not considered close range, but during the gameplay we had with the devs on the Lost and Abandoned, and many of YouTubers who I watch it, like Christopher Odd and even the guys from Eurogamer, we didn't see crit chance when he arrived close for the Lost or for the Purifier. So yeah, this weapon is kind of that way. It's not as better close range, but it get worse how far you are from the target.
Range and can be fired twice before Advent has a chance.
That's the real big deal with this weapon. Is it can fire twice. You can utilize this weapon 2 times. Using does not finish your turn, so it's very good. Another interesting part is you cannot use this weapon with normal Xcom units. Although some mods will probably solve this problem, but normal Xcom units cannot use the bullpup rifle.
Chance to react as the skirmishers advance.
So let's give a watch in these abilities. So I think this is salvo. I do not know what is this. This is returning fire. I do not know what it is. Maybe it's a slot extra. I need to see again what is the ability of the grenadier who allow him to use 2 grenades on 1 slot. And I do not have the fuck of idea what is this. Now, here we know 2 of this. This one, the juggle ability, is the Justice, the one who you pull the target towards you and you melee with the grapple. The tactical is the grapple. Now, we don't know much about anyone. Now, let's see here. When entering in Overwatch, you can take as many shots as you have remain action. So, if you didn't do nothing on the turn and you do like a Overwatch, that may be giving you like 2 shots on, allow you to shoot twice on Overwatch. Now, again here this is interesting because we have Xcom AP and Soldier AP. Does that mean then to unlock Xcom abilities you're going to use Xcom AP, and this is shared between all of your characters, but the Soldier AP is locked to certain soldiers. So this guy have a Soldier AP, that guy has another Soldier AP, or again this too is like earning for everyone, but this is earning by different ways. Soldier, for example, is the one who is earned by flanking shot, height shot, and other thing like that, while the Xcom AP is by, I don't know, letting your character train on the Guerrilla Tactical Center and training room or things like that up your Xcom AP. Completing missions, I don't know.
Advance their abilities, they train themselves.
Interrupt, a powerful form of Overwatch. Instead of fire automatically, perform a single action. So, this is interesting. Besides instead of Overwatch, you do action. You choose the action. What are you gonna do? Question: can you? This will trigger how the characters start to move. the pop-up will appear. You will choose the action the skirmisher will do. Option B, the character who will trigger the action is stop in place. You get a pop-up and the ability triggers. You choose what you're gonna do. Option C, the character finish the first ability. For example, the character will run from point A to point B. When he arrives on point B, you have your action. Because the ability of Justice can be interesting. If it is a pop-up before, you take the character, he does the Justice, and now the character will try to move closer to the point. If it is point C, you probably really interrupt the action. And if it is B, I don't know how it would work with B. With C option. With B is the one I said before. Whatever.
For additional mobility and unstoppable.
Reflex. When fired upon, you get a extra action on the next turn. As you can see, this kind of goes with the Waylay ability. You're going to show the PC, the implant, and you're gonna want to give to this guy something and give it dodge. And probably a lot of armor, because you're gonna want him to take a little bit of the the damage to stack up this ability, and maybe even overwatch a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see ability who take that. And with the return fire, you're gonna have this guy like take a shot, then he really gains ability because he's gonna gain ability point for next turn, and he's gonna end up returning the fire.
Counterattacks. High-ranking skirmishers are able to evaluate Advent's movement and gain additional opportunities to attack. Reflex grants.
Oh fuck, let's go back of this a bit and let me. Interesting. So let's utilize F6 only for a second to take care of this HUD. I need to change the HUD. So now Whiplash here become a 6 damage. So it's 100% sure then you get upgraded versions of the gauntlet. Kind of we already knew that, but it's gonna be probably 4, 6, and 8 the base damage, plus 2 damage for mechanical units. Let's see what we have here. So the interrupt is a 1 charge ability. We don't know what any of this is, and we have this who is Battlelord. Battlelord seems to be a cooldown ability now, which is interesting. Justice is a cooldown ability too. I do believe 7 and 6 is the one that you pull. No, I do not know what is this. One of the two probably is Justice. Oh, yeah, I get it. This is Justice, you pull the target in, and this is the other one who you... No. The 6 is Justice, because you were pulling the character in, and 7 is the one where you go to the enemy. Question about Justice in itself. You are able to pull up a heavy target, like a Muton, or like an Andromedon, or like whatever the fuck. I really wish we would be able to see the text. On passive abilities, we don't have anything like too big. We have a grenade and we have the grapple, so nothing too fancy. 5, 6.
Reflex grants extra actions if the skirmisher gets fired at.
Yeah. Let's see what the ability went in cooldown, if my theory is right. Yep, 7 was the one you go, and 6 were the one you bring. As you see, Whiplash is the ability who does not trigger cool. Interesting. Although it is on cooldown, Whiplash is not on cooldown, but the Justice slash whatever the fuck the name of the ability will be is a cooldown base.
Battle Lord gives them an immediate action after each enemy takes theirs. In other words, a single skirmisher is an army of its own. Advent will be lucky if they can get a single shot off on this soldier.
So probably was the interrupt ability and he used his lash.
They're adaptable fighters and they're determined to prove their independence from Advent. They'll be strong allies against the Chosen if we can get them on our side. Good luck, Commander.
So, what I think about the Skirmisher. The Skirmisher is the beginner of a fight. He will be probably the first guy you use to shoot. Take the enemy out of cover, put him close to your units, they'll chip away their health to allow your Templar to finish the job and get a focus. It's gonna be an interesting tactic. I do love the way the Skirmisher fight, because the ability of taking cover out of the enemy hands is kinda interesting, and pull the enemy towards you, it's gonna be interesting. I would like to see a good interaction, and it's gonna be interesting to see, for example, you move close to enemy, pull a purifier close to everyone, utilize the grapple to get out, and utilize your sharpshooter to kill the purifier. Hope will blow up. Have a bad angle of shot on a sectoid who just mind control your unit. Again, you can move closely, get a sectoid close to you. Your sharpshooter gonna be there to land the shot. You're gonna have a lot more cover, and you can grapple out of the way. The Skirmisher seems to me the mobile class will move more in some ways than the Reaper, who is really focused on mobility. But I do see the Skirmisher is a different way of mobility. While the Reaper are focused on scouting, the Reaper are more focused on showing a real different mobility, the way of a control of the battlefield kind of way. He can move a lot, he can shoot a lot. I do interesting on see how they will be on lore wise too, how units will work with, because in the kind of story mission Lost and Abandoned, we kinda have a little bit of a grudge against the Reapers and the Skirmisher. And interesting enough, that's gonna be something that I talk about more in the Reaper video. The Skirmishers seem to be okay on working with the Xcom. To be honest, Mox is kind of honored to be working with us. He does not have a problem. He greets the Xcom soldiers with respect. A little bit different the way the Reaper greet us, who it's kind of a little bit of cocky, a little bit of, this is my turf, you are the one who are coming out from my help. It's interesting to see how that's gonna work out during the game. Probably not gonna have too much of a repercussion, but well, you never know. In the battlefield, as I was saying, it's gonna be interesting to see how the Skirmisher move around to quickly have a ton of actions. In some ways, having the Skirmisher around, we're gonna be having your own alien ruler without a nerf for a turn. And that's good. That's gonna be interesting to see. Imagining against the Lost, he's gonna be a great way to clear Lost waves. More even than the Templar, more even than the Reapers. In my opinion, during Lost missions, you're gonna have a extended mag and probably extended mags and some quick mags, some free reloads. And that's kind of open a question about stocks. How does the stocks gonna work with the Lost? That's something that I want to talk, because I want to do a video only about the Lost and the mechanic of headshot and probably the Reaper order. So, to finalize the video about our friends here, it raises a little bit of it raises small questions, but many of they are already answered by streams or things like that. Skirmisher is a mobile class, a lot of actions, and who will, in my opinion, dominate the beginning of a fight. Skirmishers is an interesting way to dictate how the fight's gonna start, and he's gonna be the one who probably will break concealment for you, or just be close enough for that. Although people do like to utilize their grenadiers with the ability to blow up a lot of targets, the skirmisher is the one who will get their enemy close before they get cover. Make sure the enemy is in reach to kill. In the first hours of the game, in the first missions of the game, you're gonna be want to take the sectoid before he can do any mind fuck with your characters. Skirmishers will be a fun class to see how they work, and I'm really want to see how they fit in the lore wise and in other ways. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. As always, there will be some channels on the description to go and check it out. If you have anything to say, leave in the comments, and if you have enjoyed the video, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe to see the Reaper video. Templar are done, Reaper are out. Tomorrow we're gonna have from Firax itself the Hunter Chosen class preview, but I don't know, the Chosen preview is not too much information, so we're gonna be probably doing one video for all of the Chosen. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. See you guys on the future.